Hey guys, what's up? Making another Bears guide. Somebody asked me for another one since they've updated some stuff in RuneScape, so I thought I'd make another one. Um, if you watch my last one, you're going to know a lot of this stuff, but I'm just going to go over it again. To get here, the easiest by far way is Dragon's Medallion, which you can teleport right to the Barrows. It's also a quick way for banking. Um, the next quickest would probably be the Kirill Telly, to spell on Ancients. Don't know what magic it requires. 66, fairly low. Pretty easy to get. Takes you to Krill in the bar. Krill's Canifus, if you didn't know. Um, Another quick way is to use your house telly and to have the portals in your house, one of them directed to Krill, and you can just go there. Another quick way. For both of those, it's fairly simple. You both need 66 magic, and once you're in the bar, you can either go through the trapdoor behind the bar, which needs inserts of the Myre, which makes this a lot quicker, or you can walk all the way down through there. Walking is obviously the slower one, but either way you pick, you need to be quick because the ghasts can rot your food, which sucks. Uh, and the last way to get here, slowest, and it's a bitch, is walking from Barak. And it sucks. You should at least have 66 magic and ancients to make this a lot less painful. So now that I went over that, let's talk about some armor. Um, for your melee setup, I bring bandos, she can bring Daharks, barracks, whatever. Melee armor, good melee armor. I would suggest at least Barrows armor and up. Um, as a helmet, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I don't know if they updated it or if it was always like this. Your helmet shouldn't do anything for your attacking. It just adds a little bit more defense. So you could have like a Virtus mask on melee or Pernix or whatever you want. Helmet doesn't matter anymore. Just try to get the most defense you can with your helmet. So in general, higher level is better. For magic, I have Armor Battle Staff with Ganodermic and Rage Fire boots and stuff. Ganodermic, you can use Subjugation, but I wouldn't. It's kind of low, not a lot of defense, and it's really expensive. Uh, Ganodermic top and bottom, I think maybe it's like 2 mil, 2.5 tops. For a weapon, for magic, I wouldn't say a wand because you can use a shield with a wand, but it's not going to help you a lot here. I don't know if they've updated Barrows or updated the armor here. It's like you get hit more regardless. So just bring a battle staff. You don't necessarily have to bring the arm of battle staff. You could bring a chaotic staff if you had one, or you could bring the staff of light. You could also bring a polypore staff, and you could save some room. Instead of having runes, you could have more food or pots, whatever you want. Uh, I bring a berserker's ring instead of a seer's ring. I have both, but since I am going to be meleeing a little bit, it's better to have a melee crit too. Same as the Fury. I could bring Whisper, Murmur, or whatever those three are called. But I want the melee bonus too. You don't need an aura. If you want, you can bring Vampirism. Penance isn't going to do you much because they drain your prayer, and not like when you're attacking. Just whenever you're down in the Barrows in the crypt, your prayer is going to be always going to be drained. So it's kind of pointless to bring something like that. And so it's also pointless to bring prayer pots. You don't need them. Um, my setup's kind of expensive, mainly because my armor battle staff and my bandos, it's like 52 mil altogether is what I'm carrying right now. 59 actually. It's a good bit. But you don't need to bring the stuff. Like you could this is actually probably the cheapest magic armor that's good. Instead of Barrows though, or not Barrows, bandos, you could bring Barrows armors, whatever you wanted. Um, you can also use Void if you have the three different helms, like melee, range, and magic, and bring like crossbow and two-hand and whatever. That would speed it up, but Void is level 40 armor and it doesn't have a lot of defense. You can pump out some nice damage with it, but you're sacrificing defense. And if you've been here, you know that Dark will rip you apart if you don't have defense. So I would suggest bringing some good defense or having a very high level. Now on to your ability bars. Feel good magic. There. What I don't use any thresholds really. The only threshold I use are asphyxiate for magic, and I don't use any ultimates at all. But going through these, impact, uh, rack, and just so you know, you want to use impact before rack if the target can be stunned because you do more damage. Chain, combust, dragon breath, anticipation, and asphyxiate, and I have regenerate at the end, so after each kill I can get a little bit of health back, maybe not have to heal as much. And it's a similar setup for the melee. You have slice and backhand, and what else? Sever, smash, dismember, fury, and assault. And just so you know, if you guys have never used assault, it is amazing. It's just awesome for melee. Now, I don't range here, and I don't even know if I have a range set up. Like, this is just all range stuff, so I'm not going to count that. But, once again, always have regenerate on these. I have Bloodfire Barrage on here just in case it's not selected. I do believe it is. Let me make sure before I go down there. Oh, nope. Before I go down there and start smacking somebody with my staff. For inventory setup, I have house tellies because I was going to telly to my house and then go through the portal, like I explained earlier. Runes for casting. I have a Vecna Skull because instead of bringing a bunch of magic or extreme magic or whatever, this is simpler. It's 6 levels every 7 minutes you can boost. It's pretty nice. It does drain, you know, like anything else. And I have an extreme defense flask with me. You don't need extremes or supers here if you have good armor and a nice defense level. Mine's 90. It's not exactly nice, but it's high enough. And food. Rocktails is what I bring. You could also bring shark. Shark aren't too bad. But now that we're through that, through the little introduction, if you would want to call it that, let's go on to killing. Now, it doesn't matter what order you do these in, but I would suggest doing the Melee Brothers before, because if you do Arm before, he actually drains your, like, defense. He might drain your strength, too. And Kirill drains your magic. So I go into here first, and just to show you, you don't need the defense. I'm going to do it without it. And I'm obviously wearing a get up thing. I don't know what the fuck you want to call them. Oh, Dark's my tunnel. Never mind. We're going to go to Varric. Like I said, it doesn't matter what order you do these in. See, this kid's going with the Staff of Light. It's not like you have to have armor. Staff of Light's like 180k, by the way. It's very cheap, not too bad. Like I said, be smart about your abilities. Use them in the right order. If they're stunned, it does more damage. Make sure you do ability. It stuns them first. And asphyxiate, like they're stunned while you're doing it, and you can pump out some nice damage. If you're boosted, like if you do bring extreme magic potions, you will hit like awesome numbers right here. None of these guys are really that bad. Like, they really don't drain a whole lot. Daharic might, because Daharic can hit you for a good bit. Been hit for like 3,200. I think that's about what it was if you watched my last video. And it sucks, but I mean, it's only one dude that can really do that. I think Varric's the next highest hitter, and then Torag hits often, but not a whole lot. And Guthan's just sucks. Like I said, you don't need to bring a shield here. It's kind of pointless, because unless you have like a Virtus wand, you're not going to be putting out a whole lot of damage, and you just have to like kind of tank your way through it. Well, with this, you don't really get hit at all because you're just destroying them. Normal Barrows run, like going through all the brothers, going down through, collecting your chest, and coming back up, for me is about 6 minutes, so I can usually do my Vecna Skull right after. None of these people are really that bad. If you're getting wrecked here, send me a message over YouTube, because my private's off almost all the time like it is right now. So it's not that I'm ignoring you, I just don't get it because I don't pay attention to it. So I don't know. Any kind of levels I would recommend for this would probably be like at least 75 defense for Gano. I think Gano's 75. I don't remember. Yes, 75 for Gano. You can use subjugation here, but it's like less defense, less life points for like 5 times the cost. It's not good. So now that we're here, we're going to heal up. Not even used food yet. Go down here. Kirill can do a good bit of damage if you come in here with magic because, you know, combat triangle works. So don't think it doesn't work. It works now. Used to be you could get away with some of this, but now you can't. You actually have to use it, which isn't that bad of a thing. It's pretty nice. Now, salt is amazing. I said that earlier, but just to emphasize the point, it's ridiculous. It's kind of like this thing's big brother, Fury's big brother. Big, mean, strong, hulking brother that destroys everything he sees. And if you're going to use regenerate, before you use it, make sure you switch to whatever armor gives you the biggest life points because that's what determines how much it heals you. So like if your melee armor is better than your magic, every time you're going to use regenerate, I would suggest switching to your melee armor. But my magic is better, so. And like I said, prayer doesn't really matter here because one, they're not that strong. Two, they drain it. Like I haven't used any yet, it's already down to that. I don't know how often they drain it, but it's just because of where you're at. I guess the gods are displeased with grave robbing. Couldn't understand why. I mean, that's just a common thing, right? Everybody does it nowadays. But it drains in here. You also cannot use summoning, so like no bunyip or anything. If you guys have tried that, it won't let you. So don't try that here. It doesn't like that either. So now that I've went through all the brothers, I'm gonna run up here and go down into the crypt. The crypt. Go. Heal. Yes, I want to enter. Fuck. Yes. Yes, I'm fearless. And then find your door. It's randomized every time, but it's always the same. Like the rooms are always in the same shape, if you know what I mean. They're always a 3x3 grid with these little pathways leading around the outside. And sometimes the doors are really close. Like sometimes you'll just have to walk through a door and it's like the next room. And sometimes they're all the way on the opposite side, which my luck, this is what it's going to be. Now, for those of you that don't know, when you're at the Barrows, what determines if you get an item is partially the brothers you've killed. Let's say I've only killed Arm. That's the only kind of armor I have a chance of getting is arms. If I've killed all the brothers, I have a chance of getting any of the different things. Start killing Dark. But I don't know if I can talk anyway. What else determines it is like how many things you've killed outside. Oh, bad to Hark. Stop it. What you've killed outside, I think up to 7 different things can increase. Like, you kill 7 of any monster, or 7 monsters altogether. Your creature slain can increase your drop rate. But after that, all it does is increase the amount of runes you get. I don't know if that's true, but some people say it's been confirmed by mod. I don't trust them. I mean, they made the game, but they also made the game, and if you guys tried to watch him when he tried to solo the Demon Flash mob, he just is bad. So I don't think he'd know how to do it. So I'm going to sit here and get a couple kills real quick, and see how this goes. Try to get a couple things over here by me. I'll just do some area spells. Attack. Psh. Psh. Fire breath. Barrows really isn't that hard once you get used to it. It's a fairly simple task. There is another armor set you guys can get. It's called a Crises, something. Don't know. It does something about prayer. I don't remember. To be able to obtain that, you have to do a quest though, and I think it might be Ritual of the Majorat. Not for sure. I haven't done it, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But now that we've got a 7 kill count, let's go through my door. And this door is a puzzle door, and it's a simple puzzle. It's like a series puzzle. They're fairly simple. There's only like 3 or 4 different possible puzzles you can get. And if you just memorize the answers, like they'll be in a different spot every time, but if you just memorize the answers, you can just look and be like, that's it, that's it. You don't actually have to look at the puzzle. Makes life a little bit simpler. I'm going to open the chest, and don't be discouraged if you just get a lot of runes. It's not even a lot, but that's what like the most common thing is from here is runes. And if you need to telly out because you're out of food or whatever, you can telly out. Or like if you got a nice drop, like arms wand or something, yeah, get the hell out of there. But if not, you can just run back through here. You might get hit once because like the roof starts collapsing, I guess. But you can just run back through here and suffer like no damage almost. You don't actually need to telly out every time. If you have the Draken's Medallion, you can't telly out because you're just going like upstairs. So it's very quick. I probably lost my fucking door. I'm probably lost in the Barrows right now. But if you have the Draken's Medallion, you can just telly right above you. But if not, I would suggest just running back through unless you need to go bank for some reason. The Barrows, you can get multiple items from the Barrows at once. Now, I'm not saying you're going to every time. It's kind of like a chance thing. But you can, just put it that way. Um, it's very random though, but the drop rate without having completed Ritual to Majrad or whatever and being able to get a Crises armor is supposed to be something like 1 in 20 or 1 in 15 or something around there. But that doesn't mean you're going to get it every 15th run or whatever. Sometimes you'll go on dry streaks of like 50 runs dry. But don't let that discourage you if you're actually trying to get something because it can be worth it, especially some of the more expensive items like Arms Wand or Arms Book. The pistol crossbows are nice. I've never actually seen a main hand pistol crossbow though. It's like a legend. But if you get any of those, you've made a good bit of money. I know Arms Wand right now is somewhere around 24, 25 mil. Might have dropped or risen a little bit. I'm not too sure. This is fairly easy money, especially at my level and higher. Um, it's very simple. You can melee here and then range the magic guy arm, but just know like the combat triangle works now. So melee versus melee is kind of an even fight, and you'll both be hitting each other often. But melee versus magic, magic is going to win. You will get hit some if you're using magic against melee, but it's not a whole lot. But you do not want to range melee. The same as you do not want to mage range people, and you do not want to melee magic people. Combat triangle works now, guys. Remember that, whether it's at Barrows or just out training. You really need to work with the combat triangle. But that's all. Thanks for watching. I hope this guide helped. If it did, like it, leave a comment. If you want to see something else, like me go to God Wars Dungeon or something. But thanks for watching. See y'all later.